Welcome to the BuildHERS Club podcast. We're here to bring you real conversations and fresh insights from a woman's perspective in the construction industry.
Each episode will sit down with incredible guests, female builders, designers, business owners, and industry leaders to talk about the challenges, successes, and experiences that shape our careers.
Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out or simply curious about the industry, this is your space to learn, be inspired, and connect with a community of strong, trailblazing women. Welcome back to the BuildHERS podcast, where women in business and life come together to share stories of growth, leadership, and real experiences that shape who we are. I'm Teresa.
And I'm Xanica. Today we're keeping it real because behind every strong woman is usually another woman reminding her who she is on the days she forgets. Plus, we have a very special guest with us today, Jennifer Wilson.
Yay!
So excited you're here. Thank you.
Today's conversation is one that's personal for both of us because we're talking about female friendships, why they matter, how they impact our lives, and why they are truly essential.
Because let's be honest, life gets busy, it gets heavy, and sometimes it's the women in our corner who help us carry it all.
And isn't that the truth?
I'm going to try to not cry through this episode. So let's start by introducing Jennifer. You want to do the honors?
Sure. Okay. I never get introduced.
I
I'm like so excited.
I know.
Oh my goodness. Jennifer Wilson is a builder development manager with MSI Services and has worked in the tile, stone, and countertop supplier industry for 32 years. Oh, wow. 32 years.
That's a long time.
You're like 12 when you started?
No, right. Yes.
Which somehow still shocks her when she says it out loud. I should have read the next line.
But I'm pumped.
She earned her interior design degree from Stephen F. Austin State University in 1994 and started in a showroom sales with the American Tile Supply, which launched a career that included showroom management, outside sales, and builder development. For the last 5 years, she has been with MSI doing what she loves most, supporting home builders and helping shape trend-forward surface programs. I do not know what that means. You're going to have to explain.
AKA tile nerd.
Yes.
I love
So countertop material, tile material, flooring material, anything in the solid kind of pretty jewelry category of the home. So the finish outs.
Okay. You live in downtown McKinney, one of my favorite places on earth. And you fully embrace the charm, the community, and the lifestyle there. How can you not?
Oh my God, I love it.
It's such a quaint little area.
I love it. We're right on the main. I'm on Louisiana, and I just love.
Oh, really?
We're like 4 houses from the square, so it's like we are part of every little. If they sneeze, there's a festival. I love it.
I
there's
loved it.
Downtown for the last
Arts
one?
of Bloom. Yeah.
Yes, I went down there too.
It's the cutest place.
It really is.
Outside of work, she has one grown daughter who will be getting married this year. And after remarrying 6.5 years ago, she gained 3 grown stepsons, 2 daughters-in-law, and 4 grandbabies. Wow, you jumped.
Yes.
Jennifer loves connecting with other women in the home building industry because the best conversations are always a mix of real life and real business. And she's the first to admit life didn't unfold the way she had originally planned, but she's learned that we don't always get what we want. We often get what we need, and that could be nothing short of amazing. How true is that?
So true.
Doggone it. We don't get what we want.
No, not all the time.
Oh,
I mean, come on, why not?
my goodness. So tell us, so your story.
Yeah, we
Give us
have to know how you got here to us today. How did you get into the industry?
Oh my
Give us
goodness.
the scoop.
Let's see. I was at Stephen F. Austin, and my first major was special education. And I was in it for about 2 years, and I couldn't take it. I could not take it. I was like, maybe I just need to be a hugger at the Special Olympics. But it was too emotional for me.
Yeah.
Like I could not take it. And I was actually pretty wild back then. And so it was it seemed too important, and there was too much schooling. Like I even dropped out for a semester just to play. Like I love the college life, but not necessarily
The college
the
part.
class aspect.
Yeah.
of it. So,
I can completely relate with that.
yeah, I was like, woo! But school. That's why we're here. Okay, and I regrouped, and interior design sounded interesting to me, and so they had a tiny little program there. I loved it. It was 3 professors. It was like a really intimate program, and I loved it. Like my degree was in interior design. My minor was in art. I graduated and they let me do my internship in Dallas because in Nacogdoches, the only place to intern would have been like the paint store. I mean, they just didn't have anything. So I found an internship in the Dallas Design District. I interned at a place called Pace. It was really high-end furniture, commercial furniture. And I thought that's what I wanted to go into. Like, I loved those ladies. I loved being around all that. And then when the internship was over, I thought it would transition into a job. And they were like, we're sorry, you don't have like a portfolio of clients with you. Like, you kind of needed to have a following. And that caught me off guard. I was like, oh, okay. And so back then you looked through the newspaper, and the first job I found was American Tile Supply, working in their showroom. And so, I mean, I knew zip about tile or grout, or in fact, this is embarrassing, but I do remember this. There are grout kits like Latticrete, Customs, Mapei. They have these little grout chip samples. And so the box with the samples, I was like, how do you put all those sticks together to make the grout in the tile? And they were like, oh, pumpkin, no. Like, those are the, I mean, like I knew.
But I think that would be a lot of people who've never seen tile. Until I saw it laid, I had no idea.
Yeah, I knew nothing. Yeah. And at the time, I just thought it was a means to an end, right? The way to pay the bills. And it just, the more I was in it, the more I enjoyed it. And I am a pretty structured person. So I loved the 9 to 5. I loved the benefits. I loved the end of the day, but I loved being around the design too. And so I was at American Tile for, I want to say, a couple years. Home Depot Expo opened up. It was a new concept. And I kept thinking I wanted to be a designer, right? And I went over there, and that really wasn't what I thought it was. And then I went to a company called IMC, and it was a slab yard. And so I worked in I was the showroom manager there. And so back then, like, natural stone had just hit the scene, and it was very glamorous. Believe it or not, it was really fun. Like, I had Jerry Jones and his wife come and pick out the cowboys. Like, granite was this high-end new thing. It's not quite the commodity that it is now. So again, that was like fun and exciting. And then I transitioned to Dow Tile, and I was there for 15 years. And then, and I learned a lot there, a lot. I went into outside, I wouldn't call it sales, builder development manager. You're trying to get specified on the residential end. Most builders don't buy direct, but you want to be the product that they're pushing through their design center or their turnkey trades design center. So I'm trying to negotiate our product into there. And then during the pandemic, there was no fault of their own. Everybody thought the world was ending, right? But there was a huge round of layoffs. Everybody panicked, and I was just one of those numbers. Yeah. And
because nobody could come to the store, so there's no point in having anybody there.
Correct. And they just had to cut down. Okay. I mean, I don't think people knew it was going to have the reverse effect, which was people were going to, shelter in place for a year or so and build and all the things. And so they just had to conserve where they could. And then I went to work at MSI. I knew a little bit about them, but not a whole lot. And they're really big through the big box industry, like Home Depot. Okay. And so they wanted to start calling on the builder segment. And so that they knew that I had done that for a while. And so they brought me on to develop that. So I'm almost like a little startup company within a big company. So it's been fun and scary and good and all the things. But I feel it's neat. I feel like I'm making a difference there. I really do. And so I've enjoyed it.
You've like built your book of business quite up, but
34 years, she has it, or 32 years. She has a big book now.
Quite a bit. In fact, there's not a builder that I don't know or see that like
doesn't know who you are.
Well, and just adores her. I mean, you're very known in our industry, and you have an amazing reputation.
A long time. Thank you.
Yeah, but it's it says stuff whenever Jennifer's she's my favorite and all that.
I agree. So, 100%.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to throw off the conversation.
No.
You're famous. You're our famous tile nerd in the industry.
I do love it.
I love it.
So Speak to it as being a woman, because even though it is on the design aspect, you were still in a male dominated industry. So how was that? Did that come into play at all? Just kind of were you the only woman in a room for a lot of it?
It's so funny. I never really thought about it back then.
Mhm.
It was what it was. Honestly, since meeting you all and being involved in the PWB, like it's really made me think, and I would say not so much in the tile places, but definitely when I went over to the slab side, but I actually kind of enjoyed it.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I hate to say this, but when I was younger, like you could kind of be the darling in and but looking back, there was only a certain level you could go.
Yeah.
And I don't know that I was even looking that high, but looking back, I'm like, I don't know that I could have exceeded any higher
Than where you were.
than where I was if I wanted to. It doesn't seem like it's that way now.
Right.
But back then, and I think, and the way I was raised, my dad was an executive in the oil industry in Houston. So I always had, I guess I was comfortable around the corporate environment and the higher ups, and those were always male. So I guess it didn't.
I
don't know. I kind of knew how to mentally
being around.
play that game. It's
Right.
not a game,
It's
but
not,
it's like
right.
I wasn't intimidated by that.
Right.
I don't know. I guess it just made me think of my dad. I'm like, oh, these are just men like my dad.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
I guess what I mean is there isn't a lot of women in our industry. Now, on the design side, there's probably more women that are in the room on design,
True.
Versus, on the actual building side of it,
True. I would say the clients were more male. There was a learning curve in dealing with contractors.
Mhm.
I mean, even dealing with some of the warehouse staff. I mean, yeah, I guess in that regard, yes. And at times that was kind of awkward, especially being a younger female, as to what's friendly, what's flirtatious on their end, things of that
Right.
nature. And I don't even think I realized till I was older. I was like, hey, some of that was probably not real
Right.
cool on their part.
I don't think until somebody puts a word to it, sometimes you realize, oh my gosh, I've experienced that. When they put that into that, you realize you were in situations. I think all of us kind of grew up where it was always kind of a male dominated world anyway, and we were just figuring our way out through it.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And so it wasn't like, oh, well, we're the only women here. And until we started reading statistics and really kind of getting involved and realizing, oh, hey, there's a 75-year-old PETA professional women in building in the United States, and Texas just got it 5 years ago. Wow, we are very, very small. We are 11% in this industry, So it wasn't until we really kind of opened up to us because we just did it.
Right. I didn't know any different.
Yeah,
I didn't
exactly.
see any
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
Right.
And you had to navigate that our whole lives anyway.
True.
Through high school, through college, like we've had to deal with the male hierarchy in a different way than I think this younger generation coming in.
Oh, 100%. I agree with that.
So I think that sometimes we're not just quite sure where, I don't know, being the only woman in the room is a newer thing, I think, verbalized. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
It just what? No, for sure. It just was. That's what I'm saying. You guys had me. I think about that now. I'm like, oh wow, yeah. I guess it was that way. I just didn't really occur to me to think about it.
Right.
Yeah.
So in saying that, then, how have female relationships impacted you in this industry?
Huge. I mean, there were a lot of times in my career where my friends were the reason I stayed. Sometimes it was more about my relationships than it was the actual task or job or management. And I am a girl's girl. By nature, I am a girl's girl. I love finding like-minded women. I like fun. I like honesty. I need it. I don't need anyone to do anything for me, but I do need that support. I do need to not feel alone. I have always been that way.
I think just not even professionally, just personally too. Right?
For sure. I love running around in a little girl pack. Or finding them or fitting in, you know what I'm saying? Finding where I fit.
Yeah. We actually had this conversation like a week or two ago about female friendships and the ones that where you just feel like you can pretty much talk about anything, like in a safe space, right? And sometimes it's not pretty. Actually, a lot of times it's not pretty.
Yeah.
Because, you know, friendships, like I can only talk about the weather so much. I can only talk about the surface level stuff so much. Like I want to talk about the things
meat
that matter.
and potatoes of your life. Yeah.
Right.
And when you find women that you trust that you know aren't gonna, you know, just turn around and
blab it to the world.
Yeah. Like that you just know that it's, you know, right there and it, you know, you're just having a moment and you can share some of those like scary, you know, challenging things with like that. It's huge.
Yeah. Our insecurities.
Yeah.
And they won't get used against you.
Right. Exactly. And when you are vulnerable like that, that builds, you know, that intimacy and that like strength in a friendship. I feel like
100%.
Like when I know you like that, I'm like, okay, that's my girl. Like, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you trust more. Like
by nature, I do.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. She's like, hello, I'm Xanica. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, hello, I'm Teresa. You must earn my trust first.
Yes.
And then I will blah, 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 you know?
Yes.
Yeah. For sure.
And it's bitten me in the bottom shake before.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've probably haven't had friendships that I could have had because of not having that, or it just took longer.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's hard. It's hard to navigate, especially, I'd say more so in the professional arena.
Yes.
Oh.
Although I need women friends in the professional arena. I want them, but sometimes it has bitten me. Like you can tell when you've been walked on or used, and that doesn't feel so hot, you know, and those were learning lessons. And I think as I get older, I know more who I am. And so I know more what I'm looking for.
Right.
Whereas,
you know who your tribe is.
Right.
And it usually shrinks.
Yes.
It doesn't expand.
Which I'm good with.
Yeah.
You know, I'm good with having those, you know, key type people that, you know, you really know have your back.
Yes. And they're going to be there no matter what.
Yeah.
Even if it's just listening.
Yes.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And can be real.
Oh.
Sometimes that's the hardest part is being real or accepting somebody saying, go for it.
You have to have that accountability partner.
Yes.
That to me is lifting though. If someone's just a yes person or you go girl or what, you know, all that stuff. Like I need the truth.
Yeah.
And I need to be able to tell the truth.
Right. And isn't that why we're here also to help each other? If we're not able to tell the truth and be held accountable, then we're not able to truly like lift each other up.
Yeah.
All the way. Do you see what I'm saying?
I mean, we've had our push and pulls.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And I appreciate them.
Yeah, well, exactly, because it's almost like a marriage, right? Where when you have those arguments, or you had not arguments, but when you have those issues that come up and you have two people that are butting heads and feelings are hurt on both sides, but when you go through it, it creates a deeper friendship.
And
right?
it's fixed.
And
like
it's
you
fixed.
really went through
Yes.
something. You're not just kind of
It was a struggle.
harboring.
Exactly.
You know, it's not.
And women have a hard time, I think, letting things go. Especially, well, for me, I've always had a hard time letting things, especially when I was younger. Like it was really hard because I don't think I've ran into but maybe one or two women, you know, in my 20s and 30s that were real that I felt like I could trust, right? There was very few there that could be straight up honest. And then it's done. And it didn't come into another conversation later, or they didn't talk about you to another friend, you know, about, oh, she hurt my feelings. And, you know, it's a little bit different, I think, when you're younger. Is when you get older, you realize what am I trying to say here? How important those friendships are.
Mm-hmm.
And you become more real in them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Am I saying the right way?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I think I had another point in there and I was trying to get out and it's not coming out, but You know,
you're good.
because I didn't have really good female friendships when I was younger. It's only been as I've gotten older. And I made those friends through my children's, their moms, you know, their friends' moms.
That makes sense. Usually
You
the
know?
season in your life, that's,
Right.
you know, where you gravitate.
Right.
Like, I don't know right now that I would have a lot of friends that
No,
have
right.
young ones, you know, as my kids are getting
Right,
married. But
right. You know, so it does change over time. But I think the older you get, the more you realize how valuable those are.
Yeah.
This episode is brought to you by Champions Marketing and Navian, the #1 brand of gasless tank water heaters in the United States. Tired of running out of hot water or dreading your energy bill? Navian has you covered. Their tankless water heaters deliver endless hot water on demand, only heating what you actually use. And their heat pump water heaters are up to 3 times more energy efficient than a standard unit, saving you serious money every year. Learn more at navianinc.com, that's NAVIENINC.com, or championsmarketing.com.
I have a lot of notes on this one, so I might need a second to get to my question. So, okay. Why is it so important for women in construction to connect with each other outside of just work?
I think to feel that true support. For me, it's important for someone to know me besides my work and for me to know them. Not that I necessarily need to dump my life problems on another human being, but I feel so much more secure when someone knows me a little bit better than just work, if that makes sense. Because I can have a tendency to sometimes, even though I think I'm pretty outgoing, but sometimes my first mental instinct is to feel alone in this, you know? And when I know that I have people that know me for more than just my job or like my little quirky things and they're okay, like it makes me feel so confident and good. And I've just always felt better in a group. Not that I can't run around by myself, but just and to be able to do that for something else, it feels more meaningful. Like I do love my career and I love my job, but the people in it are more, especially mostly the women, are more important to me.
Yeah, agreed. That girl wolf pack of ours.
Yeah.
It's growing.
It is growing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it really is. I treasure it. I mean,
I just feel in construction that women are just so much more real in construction than any other industry I've ever worked in.
I agree.
And I think it has a lot to do with there just isn't as many of us and we have to stick together, you know?
Well,
Even
and when sorry.
No. Even competitors. Like even your competitor, I feel like it isn't as big of a competition.
No.
Because, you know what I mean?
agree.
Yeah. I don't see her hardly at all anymore, but she was my coworker, mentor, because she'd had so many more years. Angela Kelso at Dow Tile, like I love her. And I don't talk to her that much anymore just because we're at different places, but I know I can see her at trade shows or pick up the phone and we care about each other. And like, I don't see her as competition. Like that to me, I think that's kind of petty in a workplace. If you can't talk to someone just because they work somewhere that does the same thing that you do. But I know the first time I came into PWB, this is so weird, but what was it, like 2 years ago, I went and I had been to Dallas Builder Association things throughout the year, but I went and there was this room of women and my shoulders went down and I almost felt like I wanted to cry. There was this weird sense of relief that I didn't even know I needed to see a room full of women. I can't remember what the thing was, if it was a speaker or one of the second ones with the bingo and the fun. And I was just like, this is so needed. Like this is, and it wasn't a bunch of competition or competitive or am I better, worse? Where do I jockey fit in this room? It was just a bunch of women really happy to be together. And it's just been infectious. Like, and then watching you two and like, look at them, look at, like, I love watching it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why I'm so passionate about wanting to see you two do what you do. Like, but there's just something that's like, do it. Like, I'm so curious. I love it, and that kind of stuff is important to me. And it's kind of awkward to walk into something you don't know, but at the same time, like, it's fun to support it. It's fun to support geekishly. It's fun to support my friends.
Yeah.
Like, I like doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too. I
really do.
Yeah.
I really do. I think
Where are the
it's neat.
tissues? Where's the big red towel I brought you earlier?
I put it over there.
Just kidding.
Like, I want to see my friends do well.
Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
really do.
I think in this industry, we don't compete as much as we build each other up.
I agree.
Especially as women.
I agree with that.
100%.
I encountered some of it in my past, but again, I'm glad I knew enough to know, like, I don't want any part of that. Like, whatever you thought you were going to get, I hope you got it, and I don't think you will, but it makes me feel sorry for that person and grateful that I don't feel the need to be that way.
Yeah.
Like, do I get disappointed? Yes. Do I think I deserve things sometimes that I don't get? Yes. But do I need to tear someone else down because I didn't get what I wanted?
Right.
No.
Yeah.
100%. No, I agree with that. Have you ever, your friendships evolve, right? Over time. I think for all of us, sometimes we lose touch with our kids' moms and like as life changes. So tell us about how your friendships has evolved during different seasons of your life.
Goodness. In college, I have this group of girls, and we're still friends today, but it looks different. But I mean, we literally did everything together. We moved to Dallas together. We got married together. We had babies together. Some of us got divorces together. I mean, like we went through life, right? And we all have kind of drifted just because life has taken us in different places. But again, they're the girls that I know that I could call on a dime. Like there's not a getting to know you phase. And I think we all know it's not and we're all in the Metroplex. That's the weird thing. Like Keller to McKinney is like, I don't know, you need a passport. I don't know why, but it just,
it's true. It's true.
She's like, yeah, Keller. Yes, exactly.
I feel like I'm in El Paso.
Yes, right.
Like, I'll get a plane ticket. I'll come see you. No, but it's evolved and I don't see them as often. But again, my life did change and take a different direction. And I feel like my friendships were based more on fun and a good time when I was younger. And I always had girlfriends and I didn't have a lot of bad experiences with it. I don't know. I don't know why my girlfriends weren't, if we were gossipy, it was about other people, but not about each other.
Right. Right.
I'm not going to say we weren't catty, but but just not with each other,
Right.
And as I've gotten older, I think you're right to your point, because I think I feel like I have a better understanding of who I am and what I want and what I don't want. These things some friendships naturally fade away, and then there are some that I crave and that I develop new ones. And this may be a weird thing, but it was really helpful for me. I had a woman in my life that was like a mentor. She was older, and she had this thing called a Principles and Values book. And she was like, you can do it if you want. And I was like, well, okay. And it was about making a wish list for things you wanted in your life. At the time I was single. And so it was kind of geared to like, what kind of man would you want in your life? And it said, write a wish list, like no holds bar, every little thing, right? And then you have that. So you spend time knowing what you want. And I did this in the arena of friendships too. And like what I wanted for my children, like you could do it in all these different areas of your life. And then it said, what are your principles and values? And I was like, I don't know. I don't think about that kind of, that just seemed lofty and heady. I was like, okay. But she was like, all right, so what's a non-negotiable and what's a negotiable?
Yes.
And so I started writing that down. Like, I can't have friends that are consistently negative Nellies.
Yes.
I can't have friends that are flaky. Like I can't, like there were the, and it's okay if someone's like all these little areas, right? And her logic on this, and it was taught to her, was that when you're in the middle of something, it's harder to see what you don't want or what you do want and get out of it. I could see it more when she was talking about a relationship with a person, right? Because like you get a crush and then you're involved, and then all of a sudden you're like, yeah, living with his mom and not having a job and chain smoking is totally okay because he's cute, but whereas or having young children when you're in a season. And so I applied that to my friendships too. If that makes any sense, like 100%. If I am intentional about, and it made me get to know me to a certain level. Like if I'm intentional, and it was fun, really. I still have the binder today. I don't look at it all the time, but it was really fun to do. Like, okay, if I know what I want and what I don't want when I'm like in Switzerland over here thinking about it, then when I'm out in real time developing friendships or searching for friendships, and I can see like, well, sure, that's a nice person, but there's this, and this. Chances are down the line, that's going to get us in a
bind.
Yep. Yeah. Or we're not going to get aligned, or feelings are going to get hurt. And then I was also taught to like look for the similarities in people instead of always comparing like where we're different, or looking for the negatives. Try to see like, I feel like when I'm more open to what I have in common with another person, it's easier for me to see that person in a light, in a way to connect. Okay. Whereas I can be guarded and closed off sometimes too. And I think it's more of a like protection mode. Because I funny enough, like I do fear what people think about me, and I have to work hard to not.
Right. I think that's, as a woman, this comes in our territory.
And that has a lot to do with friendships and what we allow ourselves to have and what we don't allow ourselves to have.
Can you imagine this generation of the social media where everything is based on, I mean,
hell no.
These kids that just the comparison of their models are the influencers. They're, and I'm supposed to look like this, and I'm supposed to do Botox at, 22, and like this. Just that comparison of what these younger kids are having to deal with. I can't even imagine.
Well, and now you're not on social media, right?
Just LinkedIn. I had to get off during the pandemic because it wasn't good for me.
Right.
It was not good.
It's not good for anybody.
There's times where I like,
and I was embarrassed that like you're a grown woman and you can't handle social media, and I'm like, I'm a grown woman and I can't handle social media.
And I don't want
teenagers.
to. Yeah.
I mean, they're not handling it either. Nobody's handling social media. We're all pretending we're handling it, but nobody's handling it.
Yeah.
We have an epidemic in this country because of social media. So, but that's a whole nother story.
It's true though.
It's very true.
I interjected that for a reason of something. That's called perimenopause right there. When you forget. That you're not. I mean, LinkedIn. I feel like LinkedIn's different because I feel like
I do too.
It's a professional network.
In your career, it's not. It's a necessity.
It is,
in my opinion.
I was just telling her. I'm cleaning my office, which I'm going to have your daughter come in, and I had to unpack boxes of stuff just to even like see the floor at this point. So now I can see the floor.
Oh, she needs to come to my house too.
But there's still a lot of organization that needs to be done that I'll be like, okay, you do this, but I had to get it to a point where she would even know where to start. Right. It's the only room in my house that anyway. But I had like 300 business cards that I have collected. And what do you do with these? Right. What do you do with these business cards that you've had? Some of them you've already reached out to, some of them went into your phone, but I'm like, so I started going through LinkedIn. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to connect with these people on LinkedIn. So I have it. Half of them were not even on it.
We're not on LinkedIn.
We're not on LinkedIn. I'm not going to take the time to put 150 business cards in my phone. I'm just, nobody is going to do that. And so unless you do it right away, it's not going to get done. So that's why I like the QR codes, because it immediately goes in the phone. So you can have a QR code of your business card and it goes like, I love that. But the whole point of this is if you are a professional, you should be on LinkedIn. Like if you want to grow your business and have a network, you should be on LinkedIn.
I was taught that early on. And so all my little weirdness with social media got to get put in a positive, like, oh, okay, I can snoop around and find decision make. I mean, like for me, it's so good because at each company, I can locate who probably is the person I'm going to need to be connecting with.
Right.
Plus, I can promote my product. Plus, I can see who's looking.
Yep.
I mean, it's just
Yes.
and it all stays on the up and up.
Yes.
Like there's not weirdness.
No.
Right.
Every now and then there's some political crap, but you can
And
just
you can
skip
shut
over
that
it.
off.
Yep,
I'm
you
like,
can
I
shut
don't
it
know
off.
why that's on there,
Yep.
but I can. There's a button, and you
Yep.
can go away.
Yep.
So yeah, it's been super helpful
Yes,
for me. Like
100%.
Instagram, I don't really need it.
Right. Your company has it, right?
They do.
Yeah. So you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every mentee that I get, I tell them, like, I know it seems like you won't need it. Like, I know, but every time you connect with someone, even if you don't think it's someone that you might work with down the road or you're not working with now, LinkedIn.
They don't understand
No,
it.
I'm like LinkedIn with them. I'm like, you never know.
Well, and I feel more comfortable. Like when I actually really meet the person, I kind of feel like I sort of know them anyway, especially if they start following me or I follow them. This was the sweetest thing. I was at the McSam Awards Saturday and a woman in line in front of me, she was like, oh, I see you on LinkedIn. You went to Paris. You were taking the pictures of the tile. She goes, I love your perspective. And she told her coworker, he's like, you need to get her on LinkedIn. It's so fun to look at her style stuff.
How cute is
and
that?
I was like, and I have fun with it. Like I really like doing that. Like it's just the geek I've always been. Anywhere I am,
I love it. I look forward to seeing your posts.
I do too. They're always fun and uplifting.
Yeah.
You know, I completely agree with that. I always look for your posts as well.
Thanks.
See, I'm telling you, you're like well known in our industry.
You really are. So what advice would you give a woman in construction who feels isolated?
I would encourage her to find the things that she likes about her job, about that arena, and try to find things in that direction to have in common with someone else. I mean, and be brave, you know, like me going to the DBA meetings or the PWB, like that was interesting for me, but it's scary to walk in there by yourself.
Oh, walking in by yourself is so awkward. It's
when
not
somebody new joins, I'm like, come up to me and say who you are so that I can introduce you and put you with somebody so you aren't walking in cold, because it is very intimidating.
It is.
Yeah. And I would encourage, I've seen so many of the younger girls. I had somebody invite me out to lunch that we really didn't know, and she just wanted to get to know me. And I was like, that's so badass. Like, I don't know. I don't know that I would have done that in my 20s or in my 30s.
Was it Jennifer Alexander?
Yes.
The bearded lady.
She's so awesome. She was like, hey, how are you? Let's go out to lunch. I'm like, okay.
She's just a little bubble of joy.
I love her.
She really is.
Yeah.
She's awesome.
Yeah. She's the one who pointed out Oxycontin and oxytocin.
Yeah. And I forever love her more for that, because that will never stop being funny. That will never stop being funny.
And she's just so classy and fun.
Oh, yeah.
She really, truly, and real.
Oh, yeah. Very real.
Yeah. Our lunch was, I loved it. It was so,
She's adorable.
So much fun. But I would encourage, I think for the longest time, I felt like you had to be so almost robotic at work in a sense, right? But like if you, it's almost like dating, but not. But like if you see someone, like ask them out, like, oh, I think I want to get to know that person. Like take the shot. Like, hey, would you want to go out to
Will you
lunch?
be my friend?
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty vulnerable, but like
it is.
I have learned that it turns out so good. Usually if you do it. And like, if you find out you don't click or you don't have a lot in common, like no harm, no foul. You've still made a friend. They may not be your bestie or whatever, but you know, that's still someone you know. So like every small step forward, I would just say, try to look for similarities in women around you. And if there's an opportunity to go to lunch with somebody, take it or make that opportunity.
Yeah.
Or if there's a networking group or anything like that, really just, or whatever your interests are, really. A lot of times I find even like at the gym or whatever, if I start talking to someone, somehow it always rotates around to construction and some,
It can make a big difference.
It can make a big difference in your job, just in the networking ability of it. And because women will talk to everybody, right? We talk to everybody. We listen. We remember, oh, you're in need of somebody, a landscaper. I've got a perfect landscaper. I mean, we recommend in our world other women, especially other women business owners and women who are really big, within whatever industry or whatever job they have. We're constantly recommending each other and building that camaraderie between the BAs or the professional women building or NAWIC or whatever group it is so important, because it's not just going to help your life, but also your job, in those in those connections.
And I think networking, I just thought of this while you were talking, networking back in the day and networking for a lot of the men in the industry is like ROI. What'd you get? What'd you get? It's like that old school, you're going there to make a sale, you're going there to make a connection. And that used to scare the Jesus out of me. Right. Especially because networking was a more male dominated thing. And so now I personally look at it as I'm going to try to make some friends. And what I sell and what my company does is secondary to getting to know you. That has been a huge difference for me. It's like, we're going to put this business card aside and I just want to get to know you. And organically things are going to go the way they're going to go.
Right.
And so it's been so much more enjoyable for me that way to just like, oh my God, I love your shoes. Where did you get those? And I mean it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not like, I work for MSI and I sell tile. Want to buy some right now? Like, no, like I just want to get to know you.
Yeah.
Or if
it's relationship building.
Yes.
This whole industry is relationship building more than any other industry I've ever been in. It's you have to build that trust first. And so you build that relationship. And then what's great is you make it a lovely, amazing friendship out of it,
Yep. And sometimes it's not always a good fit, but like you said, like at least it's another person in the industry. But I feel like a lot of the times, it is a good fit.
Yeah.
I agree. No.
Sorry.
Girl, you're good. Are you kidding? Sometimes I talk too much. You have to.
Oh, no, you're fine. What are simple ways to show up for other women on a job site or in business?
I would definitely say to be positive, not in a Pollyanna way, if that makes sense, but like just to meet my friends at work where they're at, like not everybody's going to have the best day, and that doesn't mean like you guys are going to get in your robes and sit and cry all day, but I mean like just
give them grace,
give them like try to lift them up.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like there are days I don't feel so great, and my tendency is like put my head down and this and that, but like just, I don't know, just to be able to be real and honest with that
and kind
person and uplifting, like I can be that ear, like I'm that ear for my girlfriends. And then I'm also that outside perspective of like, here's what I see that you're not seeing, and it's usually better than what they're seeing because they're in it.
Right.
Yeah. Well, we're our own worst critic too, right? We're already beating ourselves up so bad.
It's great to get that other perspective too. Like there's times you'll say to me, well, did you think of it like this? I'm like, oh, I didn't think of it like this.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, and that's, women, we're our own counselors.
I know.
In work, so in life, with children, with everything. We're our own personal counselors. Like, sometimes you don't need to go to therapy. We just had therapy.
Right.
And having somebody who's going through some of the same experiences or went through the same experiences that you went through it's huge.
Yeah.
I think so. To be honest enough to share. Now, with that, I caveat, not everybody deserves to hear your story. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to
Yeah.
I do have to use some discernment,
Yep.
you know, because some people will run with it and their motives aren't good. And like I said, I encountered that more when I was younger, I think, than when I was older. But I also think being older and again, knowing who I am, I naturally tend to gravitate to a different kind of crowd, I guess, than I did when I was a little bit younger.
Yeah.
Yes.
A lot younger. Who are we kidding?
Well, and life
sometimes
changes.
sorry.
Nope, you're good.
Sometimes we're talking about how to show up for someone else is like being honest, like I need to be told sometimes I am the problem. And I have to have a relationship with you where sometimes I can let you know, like, hey, I see the problem and it's you.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, in a kind way.
Yeah.
Right. But if someone's in a victim mentality and they're not really the victim, sometimes that needs to be pointed out as well.
Yeah.
On both ends. I need that, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
I can get my own little pity pot and not realize like, well, you know, if maybe you tried this instead of that and like, oh, there's something I could be doing about
Right.
this.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. And I think you have to get to a point in your friendship where you can take that criticism too.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
not everybody's going to be able to, you know, accept just a regular coworker is not going to be able to, somebody you don't know as well is going to be able to accept something like that. You have to develop those relationships.
Correct.
Yeah.
And like we've said a million times before, this industry is about relationships.
I just like the realness of it.
Me
Like
too.
I have to be I have to be myself. And so I can feel an uncomfort when I'm in a situation where I can't be me. Like I don't like that. I feel like I'm pretty much who I am at work, at home, with my friends, out and about, with my kids. It's like not everybody hears every aspect of it, but I don't. When I was younger, I was a very much a chameleon. You do this, I do this. You do that, I do that. You don't do this. And as I've gotten older, I am the same person in all my arenas. And that's made my life so much easier.
Right.
And so that's kind of who I gravitate to. You know, like this may come across like, I love people being honest, but like if I can see that you're just nothing but a hot mess and you're content to be a hot mess, chances are like I'm not gonna hang around that.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Or the
like
constant negativity. I can't do that.
Yeah, I want people that are heading in a up direction.
Right.
You know, that are always not, and I'm not the most like go all the time. And I like the reality, but I need positivity.
Yeah.
Not in a fake way, that I need people that want to solution oriented. I guess that's the word I'm struggling for.
Yes.
Like just solution oriented.
Yeah.
Like, okay, let's bemoan it a little bit, but then like, how can we
fix it?
be where we want to be,
Right.
where we want to get.
Discussing ideas and things like that instead of like people. And like I tell my kids, you know, birds of a feather flock together, and it's so true.
Yep.
And what do they say? You are who your closest five
friends are. Yep.
Closest five friends. And so like, and yeah.
I know.
And where are you going and how do you want to grow? And it, you know, really thinking about the people you surround yourself with is a huge factor to that.
It's a factor in your faith. It's a factor in your attitude, how you raise your children, like everything, how you decide to work. Like the people you surround yourself with are either going to bring you up or they're going to bring you down.
And it's important. I think what you said earlier, friendships to me when I was younger was more about fun.
Yes.
What fun can we have? I want this. And as I'm older, you're right. It's like, it's like part of my medicine to be who I am. Like I need to be surrounded by people that are like-minded. Not that I'm going to be closed-minded and open to other ideas, but that are headed in the same direction I'm headed.
Right.
100%.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to have to wrap this up.
No, we need another.
I know.
It's too.
Well, there's one thing I think that we can take away is you don't have to do construction. You don't have to do this world alone without a girlfriend.
You don't. The right friendships will lift you, challenge you, and remind you of your strength when you forget it yourself.
So if reach out to a friend, call, text. If you want to be friends with somebody, take that chance.
Yeah.
Like you said.
Go to lunch.
Yes, go have a lunch. Introduce yourself in
Or
the
a
next
coffee.
PWB or whatever meeting. You know, it's just somebody new.
Yeah.
You never know what's going to happen.
And if this episode resonated with you, share it with a friend. the one who's been there through it all.
Yeah. I know, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to share it with you.
Oh, I want to share it with you. Then we can all share it.
Thank you for joining us. Follow us on YouTube or wherever you listen to your podcasts.
And we'll see you next time. And I had way too many this time.
We always end with the quote at the end. Yes.
And there were way too many on female friendships and all the things. Pay attention to the women who shub you. La, 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 la. Pay attention to the women who show up for you. Those are your people. And when women truly support each other, there is nothing we can't build, rise through, or overcome together.
I so agree with that.
When women in construction choose to support, include, and lift each other up, it doesn't just change individual careers, it builds a legacy.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for joining us today. I loved having you.
It was so much.
Our friend.
And thank you all so much for listening. We love you guys.
Love you. Bye.
BuildHERS Club is a production by Monarch Media Hub.
Recorded and edited by MZ Studios and executive produced by the amazing Abigail Thompson.
Hosted by me, Teresa Williams.
And me, Xanica Scusa. If you have a topic you want us to discuss, message us on Instagram at BuildHERS Club.
Or email us at hello@monarchmediahub.com. That's HELLO@monarchmediahub.com.
And as always, when commenting, please use grace. We're here to build each other up.